Good morning mga ka-showbiz. Ito na ang ating latest update para sa Barda sa araw na ito. Bakit nga ba nakakakuha ng maraming atensyon sina Barbie Fortesa at David Licauco? Yan po yung ating aalamin sa araw na ito. Pero bago po tayo magpatuloy, nais ko lang po kayong pasalamatan sa patuloy niyong pagtangkilik dito sa ating channel. Kaya naman kung hindi ka pa nakapag-subscribe dito sa ating channel, ano pang hinihintay mo? Mag-subscribe na at i-hit ang notification bell para laging mauna ka sa mga bagong Balitang Showbiz. Panoorin at pakinggan ang buong detalye at ikaw na ang humusga.
Among the countless scenes Barbie Fortesa and David Licauco have shared on screen, this particular one has drawn an unusually intense level of attention. It wasn't the kind of scene that relied on dramatic dialogue or heightened emotions. There were no raised voices, no sweeping background music meant to tell viewers how to feel. And yet, fans immediately sensed that something about it was different. The energy felt quieter, more intimate, and more grounded, the kind of moment that doesn't demand attention but earns it. What made the scene stand out was its restraint. Everything unfolded slowly, naturally, without urgency. David's body language was calm and focused, his attention clearly on Barbie, as if nothing else in the world existed at that moment. He didn't interrupt, didn't rush the exchange. He listened, fully and intentionally. Barbie, in turn, seemed to soften as the scene progressed. Her expressions were subtle but deeply expressive, conveying vulnerability without needing to say much. Fans pointed out how her shoulders relaxed, how her gaze lingered just a second longer than expected. Viewers quickly began to notice the small details that gave the scene its emotional weight. The pauses between lines felt intentional, not empty. The silences spoke just as loudly as the dialogue. Neither of them appeared to be performing for effect. Instead, they seemed to be responding to each other in real time. That sense of presence, of two people truly engaged with one another, is what fans found most compelling. Online discussions soon turned analytical. Fans replayed the scene frame by frame, breaking down every look, every breath, every shift in posture. Some described it as a turning point, a moment where the dynamic between their characters, and perhaps even between the actors themselves, deepened. Others believed the scene revealed a layer of emotional connection that hadn't been fully visible before. Regardless of interpretation, the consensus was clear. This moment felt authentic. Many fans commented that the scene didn't feel like two co-stars executing a script. Instead, it felt like two people genuinely reacting to each other, listening, feeling, and responding in a way that couldn't be easily replicated. That authenticity is what made the chemistry feel so believable. There was no sense of exaggeration, no need to convince the audience of anything. The connection simply existed. What's especially notable is how this scene managed to stand out in a medium often driven by spectacle. In an industry where louder often means more memorable, this moment proved the opposite. Its power came from its quietness, from the emotional honesty that lingered long after the scene ended. Fans described it as the kind of moment that stays with you, not because it overwhelms, but because it resonates.
Sa akin mga ka-showbiz, mga kapwa Barda fans ko dyan, kaya nakaka-attract sila ng atensyon talaga. Dahil nga natural yung ginagawa nila. Diba? Mas nakakakilig kapag silang nakikita na magkasama. Yung natural na galawan nilang dalawa. Yun yung hinahanap ng tao na kagaya ko na humahanga kina Barbie Fortesa at David Licauco. Hindi mo sila makikitaan ng keme. Ay sinasabi ng mga na kemerot lang. Bagkus genuine yung kanilang mga ngiti sa isa't isa. Yung lambingan nila. Yung pag-aalaga, yung respeto at yung binibigay nilang sabi na nating kakiligan sa mga humahanga sa kanila. Seryoso o totoo po yun. Mga ka-showbiz, mga kapwa Barda fans ko dyan, sa lahat po ng napanood kong love team sa television, isa na ang Barda sa masasabi ko na napaka-smooth lang talaga nilang tingnan at sobrang makatotohanan pag magkasama silang dalawa, di ba? Kaya nga sinasabi ko, parang totoo na yan, hindi na parang love team yan, itotohanan na talaga. At ito nga, umaasa tayo, lalo na ako, syempre, at merong ang mga nagsasabi diyan na sila na daw talaga at nag-aantay lang na umamin, which is ako din, kumbinsido ako doon dahil isa talaga ako sa umaasa na Barbie at David for life na. Para sa mga bagong balitang showbiz, ugaliing tumutok dito sa ating channel at mag-subscribe at i-hit ang notification bell para laging mauna ka sa mga bagong balitang showbiz.